FPIES is managed through a strict elimination diet. Now that might sound really simple. For example, if you think about cow's milk, we're not just thinking about cow's milk and butter and yogurt and in milk, but we're actually thinking also about the hidden sources. Now, that's why it's so important to see a dietitian, because cow's milk is labelled according to the EU labelling law, but for example, rice is not. So you really need somebody to help you how to eliminate these foods completely from the diet. The introduction of new foods in FPIES is extremely stressful for parents. And although at the moment there are no guidelines, what certainly can help is that you keep a food diary to indicate how long it takes actually for your child to develop reactions. Remember, your child can have acute FPIES to one food, but it can overlap with other non-IgE mediated reactions. So the best way of reintroducing is number one, speak to your dietitian. Number two, small amounts. I generally start with very well cooked foods as well, and I tailor the speed of introduction according to the patients. So breastfeeding remains also in FPIES most probably the most important source of nutrition. So we motivate mothers to continue breastfeeding if possible. In regards to the elimination diet, this all depends. In the majority of acute FPIES children, there's no reaction. But remember, FPIES overlaps with other non-IgE mediated conditions. So it might be that your child doesn't have an FPIES reaction to a specific food, but has the more delayed reactions to other foods. So it really needs to be individualized. You need to speak to a dietitian what you need to avoid. Most importantly, don't just take foods out of the diet without discussing it with somebody that knows the nutritional impact, as it can impact on the mother's diet and it also can impact on the quality of the breast milk. Currently in children with FPIES, where breast milk is not available, a hypoallergenic formula is recommended. This can be either an extensively hydrolyzed formula or an amino acid formula. And the choice between the two really depends on the severity of the symptoms, the growth of your child, and how many foods are eliminated already, and also related to the tolerance to breast milk. These formulas are on prescription only. What is extremely important to know is that you should not be on soya formula, and any other over-the-counter formulas should be avoided. So food challenges, which is a method of introducing foods in a controlled environment within a hospital, is the recommended way of testing whether a child with FPIES has outgrown their allergy. The decision for a food challenge really relies to the clinician, but often could be brought forward, for example, if a child by accident had some food at home and you realize they've not reacted. What is important is that you do not go ahead and introduce these foods without any supervision at home. At the moment, the recommendations are for non-IgE mediated allergy outside of FPIES to try milk ladders at home. At the moment, we have no safety data that a milk ladder, which is the slow introduction of baked milk followed by cheese, for example, and then by yogurt, is safe for a child with FPIES.